Today we are going to review the Twins BGVL3 yellow boxing gloves. These are the OG of Twins boxing gloves in my opinion. They've held their shape since the day they've came out and they've never lost that twin spark, as you can see. Now this is a 10-ounce boxing glove. Now before I jump in to this review, I'm just going to explain a few little things as I've learned something massive today. The little accumulation of letters and numbers between the Twins boxing gloves on the website. So the BGVL3 stands for Boxing Glove Velcro, and then the series number of this is 3. So all of the Twins boxing gloves that look like this, that are plain as such, are the number 3. And then when you want to get fancier colours or anything with some patterns, that would be a separate number. Well, let's jump straight into the review of these gloves, guys. So if any of you have used Twins gloves in the past or are currently using them now, you know that Twins has been a top contender in the boxing glove game, and not only boxing gloves but shorts and all Muay Thai equipment since day one. Now with these gloves, these are genuine leather gloves and these are 10-ounce gloves. Now the first thing that I will jump into is actually how they feel when you buy them. A lot of gloves, when you first buy them, oh Jesus, they do feel rather tight. Now look, because these are genuine leather and also it's synthetic, they will feel quite tight. You'll need to have a good punch up with them first, because there's not much movement, you know, it's quite stiff. And my hand, I've got big old hands, so the bottom of my hand is actually coming a little bit past here. But the more I punch with it and the more I use them, of course, then it'll make more space. Now, one of my first pair of boxing gloves that I ever actually used when I started martial arts was Twins. It was actually a black pair of these same gloves. Now, with these gloves, the stitching in them are pretty standard to like most high-end Thai boxing gloves. Very good stitching inside, you know, and you can't really fault anything got to do with the glove. You know, they're very sturdy. They've got the leather support and holder here. And it's just a very, very plain and simple but yet effective boxing glove. They never let you down. Now, for me, I do like Twins boxing gloves, but I do have other preferences on boxing gloves that I like a bit more. With Twins, they kind of hold this tightness here and then they come out a little bit wider at the top. Now, if this is a shape that you like, then these are the gloves for you. You get the genuine leather stamp, the Thailand stamp. Now, this colour here is a yellow colour, and now these are very yellow. They're a lovely yellow too, so if you love yellow, these are the gloves for you. Now you can buy these on the Fight Supplies website for $129.99. These gloves in particular come in 10s to 16 ounces. Now I own a pair of 16-ounce Twins gloves, Model 3s like these actually, all white, and they're huge. So it's quite funny because when you get the 10s at first, they're quite tight and compact, and as I said, the band was coming up to about here rather than my hand coming fully in. I think they're definitely worth it. If you do get them and you do feel they are a bit tight, don't rush and try and send them back. Give them a bit of time, bait them into the bag a little bit and break them in. It's like getting a new pair of trainers. They can't just fit to your foot straight away. They have to loosen up and adjust. Now with the logo on the back, you know, if it's your first time buying Twins gloves, you get a very nice smooth logo. There's no stick to it. But see, of course, depending how much you're using these gloves, I mean, if you want to train as a professional, you're training every day, twice a day, you are going to be pushing your gloves to the limit, which will cause wear. Twins as a whole are a very reliable glove. As I said, my first pair of gloves was this model in black, and I only just threw them away, bless them, recently. I had them for about... had them for about 12 years and they held up, and the only thing that went wrong with them is they start getting a little hole up here. Sure, I mean, having a pair of boxing gloves for a solid 11-12 years of non-stop using them, they're bound to start cutting. Now with these gloves, the Velcro is very durable and strong. They're a very solid Velcro. Also, a little tip to help you with your Velcro is every time you finish with your boxing gloves, always close them. This can be for boxing gloves, shin pads, pads. The reason why you should always close them is because you stop any build-up of dirt, you know, other material building up between the Velcro, which then will start making the Velcro looser, and then obviously makes the glove pretty much useless unless you get tape around them. It'll keep the stickiness for the Velcro. Just a couple of little facts about the gloves is they're 100% high quality Thai leather. There's some good cows gone into this. It's got a very durable Velcro wrist, and that is very true. With Twins gloves, you've got a very strong wrist. You can nearly use these without hand wraps. Now, I would never advise training without hand wraps. That's just me personally, as I've got very soft wrists. And of course, the most important part, they are handmade and crafted in Thailand. This is a review on the Twins BGVL3 yellow boxing gloves. Obviously, if you're colorblind, these are yellow, just to help you out a little bit. Now, me personally, if I was going to buy a pair of boxing gloves in 10 ounce, would love to use these for bag work, pad work, and maybe drills. Now, if you wanted to buy something that was for sparring, or obviously more contact stuff, so you'd be hitting partners in the face or, hitting body shots, I would say go for a minimum 14 ounce up to 16 ounce. Because then you can use them for training, as in for sparring, and you can use them for more contact stuff. I wouldn't advise getting 16 ounce gloves for bag work, however, it's completely up to you. If you want to do a harder workout and have heavier weights on your hands, the 16 ounce might be good. But for me, the best is the 10 ounce boxing gloves for hitting them pads and getting some really good pad work in or bag work, because then you don't have too much weight on your hands. Plus as well, if you're a fighter, 10 ounce boxing gloves are usually the highest that you're going to go when you're fighting, so this is kind of the most you'll mimic the weight wise for fights. Kieran Shanahan here, Fight Supplies Reviews on the Twin Special BGVL3 yellow boxing gloves, retailed at $129.99 via the Fight Supplies website.